JAIN Pav Bhaji, and this is so delicious. I like it even better than the regular style. It came out pretty good. It's very simple, few ingredients, but excellent taste. Here I'm soaking about 1 cup of Vatana for about 4 to 5 hours. This is just Kashmiri red chilies. This is purely for color and flavor. It's very less spicy. Soak it in hot water for about 2 to 3 hours. After the Vatana is soaked, add it to the pressure cooker. Add a pinch of baking soda, about 1/4 teaspoon of haldi, and cook it till it's soft. Here I've taken 2 raw bananas, which I'll add it in a bowl. I'm going to use 2 large florets of gobi. It's exactly about 1.5 cups. I'm going to put it in a pressure cooker and take about 3 to 4 whistles till it is fully cooked. This style of Pav Bhaji was definitely much lighter after I gobbled up a bowl full than the regular style, and I highly recommend you trying this. So for the base of this Pav Bhaji, I'm going to cut 2 bell peppers and I'm going to use my electric chopper. I'll just add it in it and pretty much crush it. I'm not trying to make a fine paste, I'm just going to crush it in this electric chopper. Just like so, I'm also going to chop about 7 to 8 nice and ripe medium-sized tomatoes. Again, using the electric chopper, I'm going to crush it and take it out. These two will make the base for our Pav Bhaji and give that authentic smell and flavor. Here the tomatoes and bell peppers are ready. Next step is to make the paste of the Kashmiri red chilies, which I've soaked, and these were soaking for about 2 to 3 hours. And I'm not going to use all of them. I'm just going to make a paste of it and use about 2 to 3 teaspoons. The rest of it can be always used for making many different dishes, which I'll show you in the future. So adding all these to my mixie jar, and I'll make a smooth paste. If I require water, I'm going to use the water in which the chilies were soaking, maybe a tablespoon at a time, to make a fine paste. Save the water in which the chilies were soaking. We will use it while we are cooking the Pav Bhaji. This has a lot of color in it. Now here the Vatana is already cooked, and what I'm going to use is a Pav Bhaji masher and mash it almost like a paste, but not fully. Today I'm going to prepare this bhaji in this large Dutch oven, and it'll be easy because it has a larger surface and it'll be easy for me to mash it with the Pav Bhaji masher. Here I'm using 2 tablespoons of oil, and along with this I'm also going to use 1 tablespoon of butter. Now today I've used sunflower oil. I'm not using any groundnut oil because this recipe is purely JAIN. There will be nothing that will be used which is grown under the ground. Once this oil and butter mixture is warmed up, I'm going to add a teaspoon of cumin seeds, and as it roasts, I will go ahead and add the bell peppers. To the bell peppers, I'll add some salt so it helps to cook down, and keep the temperature at medium. Cover and cook till the bell pepper is completely soft. While that's cooking, let me check on the pressure cooker. The cauliflower and the raw bananas are fully cooked. I'm going to take it out and peel the skin from the raw banana, and together I'm going to mash it with the Pav Bhaji masher and keep it ready. Don't make a paste of everything, but just make sure you mash it. It's been about 2.5 to 3 minutes and the bell peppers are fully cooked. Open the lid and saute it, and you can see that most of the water has evaporated and it is starting to char. At this stage, I'm going to go ahead and add the tomatoes. Saute it for about a minute or two. Again, cover and cook for 2 to 3 minutes. Today I'm using Everest Pav Bhaji masala, but normally I would use the Vatana brand. Today I didn't have it, so I'm using this. It's been about 3 minutes. I've opened the lid. I'm using the Pav Bhaji masher here, and keep the flame on a low medium and mash it. The texture should not be like a paste, but yet you should be able to see the itty bitty pieces of vegetables. Again, cover and cook for 2 to 3 minutes, and this time you can start seeing that slowly the oil is starting to separate. Make sure every time you mash it, the temperature is kept at low. The tomatoes and bell peppers are fully cooked. Here I'm adding about a 1/4 teaspoon of homemade garam masala, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, which is a mixture of Kashmiri red chili powder and hot spicy chili powder, Here I'm also going to add about 2 teaspoons full of Pav Bhaji masala. Now it's time to mash it all again. So use the Pav Bhaji masher and mash it like how the roadside vendors usually do. Make sure that all the masala is mixed well with the bell peppers and tomato mix and mash it for about 30 to 40 seconds. Now it's time to add color, and I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of the Kashmiri red chili paste which I made. Mix this and you'll instantly see the color changing in the Pav Bhaji. This will give out a nice flavor, a smoky flavor, at the same time color. After mixing and sauteing for about a minute, add the mashed raw banana and cauliflower. Mash it all up so that everything mixes well. All the flavors are infused in the boiled vegetables and it will give a nice and strong base. At this stage, because it is getting a little thick, I'm adding the water that I reserved from soaking the Kashmiri red chilies. Keep the flame on a medium-low because it will start splashing and you can get hurt. You can notice that the bananas and the cauliflower is absorbing all the water and it's getting thicker. So now at this stage you need to add warm or hot water preferably and dilute it to a Pav Bhaji consistency. So I've added about half a cup right now. I'm going to cover and cook it for about 2 minutes. This is after 2 minutes. Make sure to keep the flame on medium-low and mash it again. Be very careful, this will start splashing at this stage. I'm going to go ahead and add the cooked Vatana. This is the last thing I'm adding right now. After adding and mixing, I will taste for seasoning, and if I need a little bit more salt, I will go ahead and add some. You can see the color which is getting nice and vibrant, that pretty orange color which you get in the roadside Pav Bhaji stores. Cover and cook this mixture now for about 2 minutes on a very low flame. This is the last and final step. You can see that after 2 minutes when I've opened the lid, how a little bit of oil is separating on the top. I've checked for seasoning and it was a little low on salt, so I've added about half a teaspoon more. Make sure you taste and then add. I've also added 1 more teaspoon of the chili paste that I made. So mix it well, add a little bit more of the hot water, adjust the consistency to what you're seeing in this video. Keep the edges clean, otherwise they'll dry out. In case you are not using a Dutch oven, make sure you use a kadai which has got a heavy bottom or a pressure pan which is also wide, and it will help you mash and cook it the way I've shown you. The bhaji is ready. I'm just topping it with a handful of fresh coriander leaves and a dollop of butter. That's it. Turn off the gas. Keep it covered so the butter melts nicely and creates a top layer. And I'm ready to start toasting the pav. I usually apply some butter on the tawa, so this will control the amount of butter that is used in toasting the pav. I add a little bit of Pav Bhaji masala on it and toast it for just few seconds and add the pav. This will make sure that the pav is nicely flavored. This is masala pav the way I make it normally, but if you like a plain pav, you can always toast it just with some salted butter. Pav Bhaji has always been one of the favorite snacks to enjoy in restaurants, and this style of Pav Bhaji is unique, and it was definitely lighter on the tummy than the regular style of Pav Bhaji. After toasting all the buns, the pav, I do miss the ladi pav, it's time to serve it up. So take a large portion of this bhaji. This bhaji came out very delicious, and as it cooled, it became a little bit more thick. So top it up with a little bit more of fresh coriander. If you want, you can add another dollop of butter, a slice of lemon, and hot pav. Enjoy this recipe, like and subscribe my channel, follow me on Instagram, and let me know how the JAIN Pav Bhaji turned out for you.